Welcome to our Metabolic Flexibility Workshop. This is a workshop that is from burnout to balance. We're going to help you get balance today. And so let's get started. So I'm Amanda. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining us in this workshop. I'm your Fast Like a Girl certified coach and guide during this workshop. I just don't teach this lifestyle, I live it every day. So I'll share a little bit about me. If you're brand new here and you don't know anything about me, I'm a Christian. I'm a happy wife, been married for 10 years. And I am a homeschooling boy mom, two little rascals. I call them my right boy rascals. And I'm an H2 and fasting enthusiast. I love coffee and cruises, and my mission is to help you feel amazing one glass and one fast at a time. So thank you so much for joining us. I'm really excited that you're here. I'll share a little bit about my personal Fast Like a Girl story. I lost weight through fasting, but this was before I found Dr. Mindy. I did all the wrong way, and I learned the hard way that how and when you fast actually matters, especially for women. And finding Fast Like a Girl helped me understand my body and restore balance to my hormones and to keep more of my hair, because I did this to such an extreme when I was first fasting that I had some hair loss. I had some anxiety. I mean, at one point I was crying depressed because I threw off my hormones so badly for about 3 weeks straight. It was horrible. So there is a right and a wrong way to do this. I don't want to scare you, but I do want to put that little bit of information in your mind that there is definitely a time to fast and a time not to fast, and there is such a thing as fasting too much. So when I found Fast Like a Girl, I was so relieved to learn about this, finally reached my goals in a way that felt sustainable to me. And now I help other women do the same. And I'm really excited that you're here, so I can help you do this without being extreme or without burnout. So let's go over some quick housekeeping real fast before we get started. During the session, share your questions in the comments, and I'll do my very best to get to all of them at the end of our session today. Share your aha moments in the comments. Also, share those golden nuggets that you're learning. The replay is going to be stored in the guide section of the group. And be sure to like and say hello in the comments, because this will help more in our group be able to hear the session. And also, I can tailor the session to you as well. So I'll be checking the comments from time to time. So are you ready? Share some love with a heart emoji in the comments if you're ready to get this party started. It's always more fun to fast with friends. I will tell you that right now. I really enjoy doing this with others. So here's an overview of what we're going to be covering today. In part one, we're going to be talking about why you're struggling to lose weight and keep it off. That's a big one, right? We can lose it, but then it comes right back. So frustrating, right? Part two, we're going to talk about metabolic flexibility. Part three, we're going to talk about the simplest way to help your body release fat. Part four, we're going to go over how to know what to eat and your eating window. And part five, we're going to go over some steps and strategies for a sustainable lifestyle. So in this first part one, like I said, we're going to talk about why you've been struggling to lose the weight and keep it off. So we're going to uncover some common challenges that may be holding you back. And we're going to set the stage for becoming a fat burner. So before I get into that, let me ask you ladies a question. What do you think is holding you back the most? Is it lack of knowledge? Is it accountability, consistency, or is it something completely different? Share with us in the comments. And while you're sharing in the comments, I'm going to share with you some stats. Now, these are not fun stats, but I want to share them with you anyway. Only 7% of Americans have good cardiometabolic health. Cancer and immune issues are all tied to this issue. 60% of Americans have one chronic disease, and 40% actually have two or more. This is super sad. 800 million people worldwide are obese, and obesity kills more people than smoking does. 41% of women over 21 are obese. 45% of women have high blood pressure. 1 out of 5 will develop Alzheimer's, which is commonly referred to these days as diabetes type 3. 1 out of 8 women will develop a thyroid problem. 56% of women going through menopause will develop a thyroid issue. 1 out of 9 women have type 2 diabetes. 1 out of 5 women can't get pregnant after trying for a year. That is so sad. That's heartbreaking. 80% of autoimmune is happening to women. So Hashimoto's, lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, most of this is happening to women. And women ages 45 to 55 are the most common time for women to commit suicide. This is just devastating. And more women file for divorce when they're going through perimenopause than at any other time in a woman's life. And it is just so sad. So this is why I'm here. This is why I do what I do, is because I want to help you get your life back and feel amazing again. Oh, those stats really get me worked up. Okay, so if you are experiencing any of these things, this is indication that it is time for a metabolic reset. So if you're feeling bloated, if you're having headaches, low energy, hot flashes, night sweats, irritability, weight gain, brain fog, frequent urination, trouble sleeping, neuropathy, infertility, PCOS, insulin resistance, all of these are an indicator that it's time for a reset, okay? Now, let's uncover some of those common challenges. 2 key things that can make it harder for you to lose weight and feel your best are hormonal imbalances and metabolic inflexibility. First, hormonal imbalances can show up as insulin resistance, which makes it hard to burn fat. High cortisol and stress keep your body in survival mode. Estrogen dominance, which can lead to weight gain and mood swings. Thyroid dysfunction may slow down your metabolism. Then we have metabolic inflexibility. This happens when your body struggles to switch between sugar burner and fat burner for fuel. This can be caused by too much dieting and calorie restriction, over exercising, which stresses the body, not eating enough healthy fats and protein. A poor gut microbiome affects digestion and hormones, and toxins stored in fat cells, making weight loss harder. The good news is I can teach you how to work on all of this and help your body regain balance so it can release the weight you've been holding on to once and for all. So, how many of you have blamed yourself when in reality it's your metabolism or your hormones that need a little bit of extra support? Go ahead and put it in the comments. I'm going to check back on some of our other questions and see while you're doing that. Want to make sure I'm keeping up with the crew here. See. Oh, these are some good questions. Yeah, I don't love cooking every day either. Being consistent, you're struggling with that. Hi, Angie. Thanks for tuning in. So glad to see you. I'm just checking these on my phone real quick. Okay. Yes. Blamed ourselves many times when we just need that extra support. Absolutely. So let's give you some steps for success, okay? So let's set the stage for becoming a fat burner. And the first thing that you want to do is remove or at least drastically reduce the processed foods that you're eating. You've got to read those food labels and you got to reduce that sugar, right? And when you can reduce the processed food, that is going to help you a lot. So the breads, pastas, and sugars, if you still do them, it's okay. I understand. I still do it too. Sustainability here is the most important thing to me, but get the best quality things that you can possibly do. And I teach a lot of this in my program. So if you're interested in hearing more about how that works, then we'll talk about that later. But incorporate fasting. That is another amazing way that you can switch into this fat burning mode. It makes it go so much smoother than just with diet alone. And when you do eat, you want to eat foods that actually support your hormones. You want to limit your food intake to meals only. Like if you're just getting started in fasting and you're eating several times in your eating window, that's fine. You're eating in your eating window. So say, for example, you're doing a 16-8, you're fasting for 16 hours and you're eating for 8, right? So during that 8-hour period, you can eat several times in there. It's okay. But just outside of your eating window, definitely don't be snacking outside of that. And as you get used to fasting, you'll actually reduce the amount of times that you need to eat during your window, maybe to 2 times. But if you need to eat 3 times, I do recommend doing that because I would rather you get the nutrition that you need. If it takes you 3 times to get that nutrition that you need in your eating window, I would rather you do that because nutrition is just as important as your fasting is. Okay. So and then another thing that you need to make sure that you take care of is opening up your detox pathways, limiting your hormone disrupting products, and then proper hydration of clean filtered water. These are all really, really super important. um, Now, let's talk about tracking your progress. So, when you're first getting started through this, what you want to do is you want to take your measurements, you want to record your weight, and you want to take that before picture, right? And you want to also record how you're currently feeling. What symptoms are you experiencing in your body? And then check in with yourself weekly or monthly. Now, monthly, I recommend on the scale, but and measurements, just monthly. But when you record changes to how you feel, I really want you to check in with yourself once a day or once a week at least. Because once a week, you're going to notice, okay, I think I'm sleeping better actually. Or wow, I got through the night and I didn't have a night sweat last night. I wonder what I'm doing that's actually working here. And you can encourage yourself by noticing those small wins along the way. So definitely be tracking those. If you need to get your workbook still, there's a link in the comments to where you can get your workbook, and it has the instructions on how to measure yourself right in the workbook. So you can refer to that. But this is basically how to get started in tracking your progress, and then check in with yourself weekly for how you're feeling and your symptoms being improved, and then monthly for checking in with your weight if you're in weight loss mode and that kind of thing. But don't be jumping on that scale every day. Stop that. That's not healthy for you to be doing that. Getting discouraged over that pound or two that you gained during your hormone feasting time right before the week, right before your period, when it's actually normal that you gain a little bit of weight during that period. So don't be alarmed. It's actually normal for women to retain water during that week before and the week of our cycle. So please don't be discouraged when that happens, because it will, okay? But then you'll lose it again when you get back on your power phase. So don't worry. All right, moving on to part 2. So we're going to talk about sugar burner versus fat burner, and we're going to talk about the benefits of becoming a fat burner, and we're going to have real talk about that pantry. Okay. So let's see. This is a chart that highlights the differences between the sugar and fat burning and why transitioning to burning is the key. A sugar burner relies primarily on glucose or carbs for energy, leading to frequent hunger, carb cravings, and the need to eat every 2 to 3 hours. This is not healthy for you. Blood sugar fluctuates throughout the day, making it harder to sustain energy levels. You often feel struggle with fasting, experience energy crashes, and find it difficult to lose weight, especially around the belly. Mental clarity suffers with brain fog and afternoon slumps, and they typically need pre-workout meals to perform well during exercise. And you may be experiencing disrupted sleep, leading to night waking. On the other hand, when you're able to get into fat burning mode, you're going to be using ketones and burning that fat, and you're going to be using that fat as your primary energy source. This means that you're going to be having fewer cravings and the ability to go extended periods without eating. Your blood sugar remains more steady, energy levels are consistent, and fasting becomes much more manageable. Fat burners efficiently burn stored fat, leading to more effortless weight loss, which is amazing, right? Mental clarity improves with sharp focus, and you can perform well in workouts, even in a fasted state. Plus, your sleep is going to be deeper and more restful. By shifting from sugar to fat burning through strategic fasting, proper nutrition, and metabolic flexibility, you can unlock sustainable energy, better mental performance, and long-term health benefits. So let's recap on a few of those benefits if you missed them. So increased energy, better mental clarity, fat loss, stabilized blood sugar, hormone balance, metabolic flexibility, improved A1C numbers, improved overall metabolic health, support or reversal, even, I've heard of, PCOS, infertility, and diabetes in clients that practice fasting over time. You can actually reverse these conditions, okay? Type 2 diabetes, not type 1. Type 2 can be reversed. Reduced inflammation. So if you're feeling a lot of pain, we need to get that inflammation down, and then you'll be feeling less pain. So these are amazing benefits to switching into that fat burning mode more often. So let me ask a sensitive question. Where do you spend most of your time? Are you in sugar burner mode most of the time? Or are you in fat burner mode most of the time? So while you're putting that comment in, let's talk about that pantry. So in that pantry, what's more important than on the shelf is what's in the ingredients in those products. So let's break it down, all right? Common pantry staples and their hidden dangers. Let's tackle crackers, cereals, and pastas. They're often made with refined grains that spike blood sugar and lead to insulin resistance. Many are enriched, meaning they've been stripped of nutrients, artificially added back. Always read ingredients. Make crackers at home with sliced cheese. Make granola for your cereal if you must have it. And if you do buy pasta, be sure it's organic and read that ingredient list. I like jovial pastas on occasion when I do need to have some pasta from time to time. Chips, cookies, and processed snacks packed with hydrogenated oils, trans fats, and high fructose corn syrup, all of which lead to inflammation, weight gain, and metabolic dysfunction. Be sure to make these snacks at home if you'd still like to enjoy them. They'll be so much more healthy for you. Canned foods and packaged meals. Many contain BPA-lined packaging, excess sodium, preservatives, and hidden MSG, which can disrupt hormones and gut health. Condiments and sauces like ketchup, barbecue sauce, and salad dressings are some of the biggest culprits of hidden sugars, and bad oils, often containing as much sugar as a candy bar. That is wild, right? Many condiments can be made at home quickly with just a few ingredients and can save you money as well. So try and make those on your own. Comment below what condiments you've made on your own at home. I've made mayonnaise, and believe it or not, it's pretty easy to make. I've made barbecue sauce. We found a recipe that we really like. Salad dressings. I've made ranch and Italian. So these are really easy things that you could do at home to save money and save your health, okay? So vegetable and seed oils like canola, soybean, and corn, these oils are highly processed and contribute to chronic inflammation, hormone imbalance, and cardiovascular disease. Artificial sweeteners and flavorings found in diet products can damage gut bacteria, increase cravings, and disrupt insulin response despite being marketed as healthy alternatives. Use coconut sugar, honey, maple syrup, or if you're going to use sugar, at least use the organic stuff, okay? Healthy pantry staples. Some examples for you would be BPA-free canned goods or glass canned goods like beans, diced tomatoes, or fruit. Dry beans are much less expensive than the canned beans, and you can put those in the pressure cooker and batch cook and then freeze them in smaller amounts. I like to do that a lot. Quinoa is a great staple product to have in your pantry. Rice, and the oils that you should have are olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, and my favorite is bacon grease. It makes everything taste so good. And it's pretty much free because you're just reserving your cooked bacon grease. Make sure it's uncured bacon. And also bacon ingredients like baking soda, baking powder, cocoa powder, obviously all of those are fine. Nuts and seeds, these are all great staples to have in your pantry that you can quickly put meals together. And this is a great way for you to actually just eat whole foods. The less packaging, the less ingredient lists you need to read, the better, right? Just make your food from scratch at home. I know it's a little bit of work, but it matters because when we rely on these other foods, we set ourselves up for blood sugar spikes and crashes, leading to fatigue, cravings, and weight gain. Inflammation is the root cause of almost every chronic disease. Gut disruption, poor digestion, bloating, and hormone balances. Nutrient depletion, your body struggles to get what it really needs to thrive. But here's the good news, you can take back control of your kitchen and your health, okay? So get some better staples and work on that pantry. All right, so who's going to do some work in the pantry this week? Put it in the chat. Let us know if you're going to be working on that this week. And I do want to encourage you, if you are one of those that is doing some work in the pantry this week, I don't want you to feel like you have to throw everything out all at once. You know, I want this to be a sustainable lifestyle for you. So I do want to offer you that if you're not in a financial position to just go throw out your whole pantry and start all over, then at least when you run out of something, buy a better quality next time. So say, for example, you run out of a seasoning, buy organic next time. You run out of, your tomatoes, buy organic next time. And check out the EWG. They have a lot of great information on what you can get away with buying conventional and what things, based on the Dirty Dozen that you should actually get in organic. So do some cleanup of your pantry and just little by little, just, make these changes over time the best you can. If you can throw out everything and just do it for your health and you're financially able to do that, do it. It'll be the best thing that you can do. But if you need to take it a little bit slower because, money doesn't grow on trees and food's expensive these days, just make these strategic changes when you can, little by little. Okay. All right. So what we're going to cover in this next section is, when my slide changes, part 3, we're going to be covering proper hydration, time restricted eating, and the benefits of time restricted eating. So first, we're going to talk about hydration. I'll show you how to stay hydrated for optimal health. And in this little chart here, this shows you a bunch of confusing numbers. I hope you didn't just cut me off right now. But what you want to do is drink half of your body weight in ounces of water per day if you're in the US. Now, I know that we have, guests from all over. We have global audience here. So what I've also included here is the kilos to the pounds and also the liters to the ounces. So hopefully this helps more people know with that conversion what to do. So 140 pounds in the US, you're going to drink 70 ounces of water a day. What I like to do is just fill up my quart jar, a few times. And then that way I'm not running back to fill up, my cup every so often. That works better for me. But find what works for you and drink it out of a pretty wine glass if you need to, but get that water in. Okay. All right. So let's talk about the simplest way to help your body release fat, time restricted eating. What it isn't starving yourself. We're not telling you to starve yourself here. What it is nourishing your body with the same amount of nutrient dense foods that you were going to eat anyway in what we call your eating window. So remember, I gave you that example earlier of the 16-8. You're fasting for 16 hours, you're eating for 8. So all of that nutrient dense food that you're eating, all the food that you were going to eat anyway, is just going to be in that 8-hour window. Okay. And contrary to popular belief, breakfast is not the most important meal of the day. However, what you break your fast with is. So know that there are benefits to fasting. No matter what your diet is, you will still get benefits from fasting. But if you want to get the most bang for your buck and you want your results to basically multiply and keep going, then what you break your fast with is also equally important here. Okay. Time restricted eating and fasting helps your body actually produce GLP-1 naturally. So there's no use actually for drugs like Ozempic or similar because you've taught your body to do this on its own. This is saving your health. There are so many so many side effects to those drugs. Please be careful with those if that's a choice that you're making. But if you can teach your body to fast, it actually is going to be more healthy for you. You're not going to have side effects when you do it the right way, and you are going to save money. And you get that satisfaction that you did it yourself, right? And so that's pretty cool. Let's talk about the benefits of restricted eating, time restricted eating. So you're gonna lose weight, obviously. That's a great one. You're gonna lower your blood pressure and your resting heart rate. You're gonna reduce your inflammatory markers. You're gonna improve your glucose tolerance and reduce insulin resistance. You're going to be in a better mood. You're going to be able to reduce that depression, which is great. Improve your memory. You're going to restore your circadian rhythms. And the benefits of a fasting lifestyle are just incredible. Even just intermittent fasting, 13 to 15 hours a day, if that's the most you ever do, you can have positive effects for conditions such as cancer, obesity, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, neurodegenerative disorders, and post-surgery recovery. So these are incredible, incredible benefits. Even with just doing 13 to 15 hours a day can be so beneficial for your health. So, who here wants a clear, simple plan instead of guessing what your body needs next? Is there anybody out there who's just like, okay, tell me what to do? I know I've been there before. All right, so while you're answering that in the comments for me, let's move on to part 4, how to know what to eat, right? We're going to tell you how to know what to eat during your eating window and how to incorporate fasting into your lifestyle. We're going to go over some common pitfalls, and I'm going to share some client testimonials with you. So this is going to be really simple. This is a customizable, optional, or optimal eating window. These are different options that you can do in your fasting window, and these are customizable. So that means that you can start your fast at a time that's convenient for you. You can have your fasting window in the morning, you can have it in the evening, whatever you choose. If you're just starting out in your fasting lifestyle, be sure to start with the beginner and work yourself up over 30 to 90 days, for example. There's no need to rush into the longer fasts. You might be super miserable if you do, and there's really no need to do that. So start slow and steady and listen to your body, and you will start reaping the benefits of a fasting lifestyle when you make it sustainable. Okay, so what to eat? Protein is the star macronutrient. So in every meal, make sure you're getting in your protein. Fiber is really super important. This is going to help your body with digestion, and fat is going to help you feel fuller longer, and it's going to help reduce that blood sugar spike. So these are the key things that you need to eat in every meal. So let me give you a quick meal idea. So one great way to break your fast is Greek yogurt, berries, and chia seeds. Very simple. And this is a great way to get in those 3 Ps, the prebiotic, probiotic, and polyphenols for a healthy gut microbiome, just like Dr. Mindy teaches in the book. So this is a great example of a way that you can break your fast very easily with a simple meal. Okay. Now let me give you a healthy swap idea. So who loves burritos, tacos, carnitas, all that kind of stuff, right? Me. I do love it. We had carnitas last night, actually, but we had it in a bowl, or on a plate, rather. I eat mine on a plate. I don't know why. I've never tried it in a bowl, but you can just take everything that you would normally put in a burrito, in a taco, or in a carnita and just put it in a bowl. You don't need the tortilla every time. Okay. Not every time. So you can mix it up. Sometimes have the tortilla, right? But sometimes don't. And then you're gonna get results, okay? So that is a healthy swap that you can try. Here are some common pitfalls. The number one pitfall is not having accountability, a plan, or guidance. Okay, this is the number one pitfall that happens that I see. More pitfalls that I see are unsustainable diet and quick fixes, overeating healthy foods, not eating enough protein is a problem, not strength training, ignoring your non-food factors like sleep. This sleep deprivation actually increases hunger hormones and cravings. Stress raises cortisol levels, which can lead to fat storage. And hormonal imbalances can make weight loss harder if left unaddressed. And your toxic load matters. Being too restrictive and then binging later, drinking your calories, not tracking progress correctly, and lack of consistency or patience. So these are all common pitfalls. So can you see how accountability and support could make this so much easier to get through and get results? Yes. Okay. Um, let's move on to part 5. We're finishing up and then we're going to do a Q&A at the end. So we're going to go over some steps and strategies for maintaining a sustainable fasting lifestyle. We're going to talk about how to cycle in and out of fat burning according to your hormonal needs, and then how to create a flexible, longer lasting plan to help you achieve those results. So sustainability is the key. If you want to create a sustainable, healthy lifestyle that works for you, that works with your hormones instead of against them, you need the right strategies and tools. As we've discussed, fasting isn't a one-size-fits-all approach. It needs to be tailored to your stage of life. If you still have a cycle, it's even more important to align your fasting with the different phases of your cycle. When done strategically and in harmony with your body, fasting isn't just a powerful tool to create a healthy lifestyle. It's what helps you maintain and sustain it long term. So the importance of cycling between sugar burner and fat burning. One of the biggest game changers when it comes to fasting is learning how to switch in between the two metabolisms, sugar burning and fat burning. Your body is designed to metabolically switch and be flexible, meaning it should be able to efficiently use both glucose and fat for fuel. But here's the problem. Most people are stuck in sugar burner mode because they're eating all day, snacking in between meals, and never giving their bodies a break from the glucose. When this happens, fat burning is not as effective. To unlock fat burning and metabolic flexibility, you need to cycle in and out of both states strategically. So women's fasting is very different. Our female hormones make us different than men, right? Women are on a 30-day cycle, whereas men are on a 24-hour cycle, and they have testosterone coming in every 20 minutes. Fasting is different for cycling, perimenopause, and postmenopause women. We all have different needs, even among us. Fasting is also very individual because people have different conditions, they have different goals that they're working on, and they have personal preferences, right? Not everybody likes yogurt. Not everybody likes, that kind of thing. So it's kind of tough. So everybody is, very individual. You have your own personal preferences and needs. So, and hormones, they're ever changing. This is what your 30-day cycle looks like if you've never seen this before. And as you can see, your hormones are going up and down all month. And so we want to support these hormones so that they can help us be our best and feel our best. So how to set yourself up for success is you want to decide what your goal is and you want to write it down. That workbook, it would be a great place. There's bunches of room in there to take notes. Remember SMART: specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. Order any tools that you need that may help you along the way. You can see my resources page in the guides or on my website. Decide your food choices, what food choices you're going to allow, what you're not going to allow, if you're going to do it by the book, or if you're going to do it a little bit more relaxed. Choose your fasting plan, what you're going to get started with, and then just get going. Messy action is better than no action, right? And adjust your plan as you go. So I don't want you to get in this rut of thinking that when you plan this out, it's all going to go according to plan and everything's going to work out perfectly. And then when things don't work out perfectly, because you are going to hit some roadblocks, you got to adjust your plan. Just adjust your plan. That's all you need to do. It's just your body telling you, I got to do something a little bit different. That's all that means. Okay. So why does weight loss feel so hard right now? This isn't a motivation issue. It's a metabolic and hormonal mismatch, especially in postpartum, perimenopause, and postmenopause seasons. You're doing all the right things, but your body isn't responding. you're feeling fatigue, you're bloated, and the stubborn weight loss, it all just feels constant. And what worked before no longer works. So many women silently blame themselves when their bodies are actually just asking for different support. This is what it's costing you. You're feeling frustrated and confused. You're feeling discouraged by starting over and over again. You're disconnected from your body, and you're feeling guilty for not having the energy that you used to do, that you used to. Your body is actually communicating with you. It's not trying to work against you. Your body is signaling that it needs a different strategy. Hormones change how your body uses fuel. Stress and fatigue impact metabolism, and diet culture ignores women's life stages altogether. This is not good, right? Imagine if your body felt supported again, though. Steady energy throughout the day, weight responding without extremes, better sleep and fewer cravings, and confidence in knowing what your body actually needs. The emotional shift can take you from burnout to balance, from confusion to clarity, from restriction to partnership with your body. So you can finally get those results that you want, right? The missing piece is metabolic flexibility. This is why one size fits all plans stop working and why timing and strategy matter so much to women. Teaching your body to switch between fuels efficiently is key. Knowing when to fast and when not to is also key. And supporting your hormones instead of stressing them out is also key. All of these are so important for your metabolic flexibility. You don't have to figure this out alone. There's support. And when you have support, you'll get clear hormone aware metabolic strategies, guidance specific to your life season, simple steps you can actually maintain. No extremes, no guessing, no pressure. A gentle strategic metabolic reset program is available. Restore metabolic balance here. Support hormones in postpartum, perimenopause, or postmenopause, and build habits that last beyond the program. This is about progress, not perfection. So, what changes when your metabolism is supported? Your results change when your approach changes and your mind and your body feel safe and supported. So, that weight loss that feels sustainable, energy to show up for life, peace around food, finally, right? And confidence in your own body again. So, your next step today, if it brought you any clarity or relief, then you'll love my 6-week metabolic reset. You don't need more willpower. You need the right strategy for the season that you're currently in. And support makes all the difference. And you can learn these habits that last a lifetime. So let me share a few story testimonials with you of clients learning how to metabolically switch by incorporating fasting. And these results happen in just the 6 weeks, okay? So Joanna lost 12 pounds in that short time because she learned how to metabolically switch by incorporating fasting and drastic reduced the things keeping her in the sugar burner system. So this was awesome. I loved this. Lady A was able to get a regular period back in her first month of fasting and eating according to her hormones after suffering from PCOS for years. So ladies that are suffering with this as well, you can get results really fast. In 1 to 3 months, you can balance your hormones, okay? Erica was making better food choices, gaining confidence in herself, and sleeping better. Let's hear from a few of my clients. Deidre says, I have been so blessed to be a part of Amanda's 6-week program. The content, support, and camaraderie are what make this group so special. I noticed improvement in my relationships and have made strides toward overall wellness and well-being. As a person who has struggled with eating issues in the past, Amanda really helped us to not only understand the specific protocols of FLAG by the book, but also helped us navigate nuance and give perspective to our own unique situations. It was really calming to my nervous system and turned old diet mentality thinking on its head. She was very involved and constantly asking how to be of service to us. I'm considering joining the next group. I have barely scratched the surface here. Joanna says, I recently completed Amanda's 6-week program and I couldn't be happier with the results. I lost 12 pounds and more importantly, have kept it off. Learning when to fast and when not to fast was key to reaching my weight loss goals and improving my overall health. I now have more energy and feel empowered by the knowledge I gained through Amanda's coaching. The supportive meetings kept me motivated throughout the program. I highly recommend this to anyone looking to improve their health and build sustainable, healthy habits. You ladies are amazing. I'm so proud of you. All right. And Dawn says, I am deeply grateful for Coach Amanda. She is exceptionally knowledgeable and has provided unwavering support throughout my weight loss journey. As a homeschooling mother of 5 children, ranging in age from 4 to 19, and the owner of a reading tutoring business that I am passionate about, my days are full and demanding. After having my 5th child at the age of 47 and now navigating a significant family transition, prioritizing my health seemed nearly impossible. However, Coach Amanda's compassion, encouragement, and energetic support have reminded me that there is no perfect time to begin. The perfect time is now. These testimonies get me choked up sometimes when I read them. While there are many things in life that I cannot control, especially during uncertain times, I don't know why. It must be the week before my cycle, right? With Coach Amanda's guidance, I am learning to take control of my health through a consistent diet and exercise. Her support has helped me stay grounded and focused, even amidst life challenges. I am extremely thankful for this life-changing journey and only wish I had started sooner. Health is truly invaluable. As scripture reminds us, all that a man hath, he will give for his life. Job 2:4. Thank you, Coach Amanda, for empowering me to take charge of my health and for being a steadfast source of strength and inspiration. Dawn, thank you. I am so happy that you were able to work through that. And thank you so much for sharing that testimony. All right, we'll hear a couple of more and I'll try not to cry through these. Okay, Wendy says, I had an incredible experience with Coach Amanda. She is kind and genuinely cares for your well-being and success. I truly appreciate all her knowledge and support. During her 6 weeks program, I saw great improvement. I had been dealing with random dizziness throughout the day, and that is now completely gone. I also lost almost 2 inches off my waist. I'm finally able to fit in a few dresses that have been sitting in my closet. She definitely left me motivated to continue to prioritize my health. I wholeheartedly recommend Amanda to anyone seeking to improve their hormonal health. Thank you so much, Wendy. I'm so happy you were able to fit in those dresses again. That's so exciting. And Virginia says, I attended Amanda's 6-week course in July, and it helped kickstart my weight loss journey. And now I've lost over 40 pounds. She continues to help keep me focused so that I stay slim as a lifestyle and not a fad. So glad I have her guidance. Virginia, so excited for you. I'm so proud of you. Virginia actually did this postpartum, and I'm so happy for her. So congratulations to all of you ladies. Thank you so much for sharing those. What quick win? Let me ask our ladies that are watching, what quick win could you imagine for yourself? You know, I'm so proud of all of these ladies that have went through my program so far. We only heard from a few of them, but I am proud of them all and really excited for them. So do you prefer one-on-one coaching? I can help you with that too. You can check out this next testimony and we can hop on a no pressure call and see if we would be a good fit to work together. So Lori says, Coach Amanda Wright has been such a blessing to me in this fasting journey. I had read the book Fast Like a Girl, but was still unsure how to implement what I had learned. Amanda reached out to me and helped me make sense of the information I had read. I'm already down 8 pounds. Not only is Amanda a knowledgeable coach, she is a committed Christian. We are able to approach fasting from a biblical standpoint as well as a healthier way to live. I love the accountability of someone checking on me and seeing how I am doing. Coach Amanda is encouraging, knowledgeable, and a joy to work with. She has become a wonderful friend. Thank you so much, Lori, for sharing your experience so far. We are starting our third month together, and I'm so happy to be walking this journey with you. You're doing a great job, Lori. And all of you ladies, wow, thank you so much for sharing your experience. I'm happy for each one of you and proud of each one of you for putting the work in for yourself. So amazing job, ladies. Okay, now I want to invite the rest of you ladies to join my 6 week metabolic reset program if you haven't already been through it before, or if you have been through it before and you would like that camaraderie again. Like Deidre said, it's super fun. I have several ladies who have joined the program several times, and it's been really helpful for them. And so when you join my 6 week metabolic reset program, it's designed to provide the tools, support, and expert guidance that you need to transform your health and balance your hormones, achieve sustainable weight loss. So whether you're navigating insulin resistance, PCOS, postpartum weight loss, perimenopause, menopause, or any other hormonal transitions, this program is tailored to your unique needs as a woman, offering a science-backed approach to optimize your well-being. So imagine finally being able to feel energized throughout the day with increased vitality and mental clarity. Experience balanced hormones to leave you feeling in control of your body. Achieve sustainable weight loss without restrictive dieting and no counting calories and all that crazy stuff. Imagine being able to sleep better and wake up refreshed to take on the day. Reduce symptoms like hot flashes, night sweats, and irritability. Notice your libido returns and your relationship with your spouse improves as a result. Gain confidence in your ability to manage your health and make empowered lifestyle choices, and understand how to use science-backed fasting and nutrition strategies to support long-term well-being. So what's included in my 6 week program? You get a personalized plan for you. You get direct support to me when you need it most. And there's a dedicated Facebook community. It's super fun. And I also help you prepare for this success. So we're going to prepare you mentally and physically for this. There's going to be helpful tools like fasting trackers and recipes and all of those good things. And there's custom guidance. So you basically are going to have a one-on-one with me, and I'm going to guide you that way. And I'm also going to be monitoring your personal response to this. So I monitor and adjust your personalized protocol based on how your body is responding to it. And we're going to overcome those roadblocks, okay, like toxic load that may be slowing down your progress. And we're going to take into account your personal lifestyle factors, your health conditions, your personal preferences, and we are going to do this together. So we're going to address all of your personal needs in my program. This is way beyond the basics. I am very hands-on in my 6 week program. You can ask any of my ladies that have been through it before. So right now, when you go through and join my 6 week program, up until Friday, you actually get these bonuses too. So you save $200, and you also get a Balanced Bites workbook, or ebook rather. So this has recipes for the ketobiotic way of eating, as well as the hormone feasting. And it has a bunch of other meal ideas in there. So it has recipes and additional meal ideas. Bonus 3, you would get a 30-day hormone synced exercise plan. And bonus number 4 is questions that you can ask your doctor to make sure that they are on the right page for you. Because you want your care team to be on your style, on your page, right? So how does this work? When you join my 6 week metabolic reset program by Friday, you'll receive instant access to your bonuses, a one-on-one coaching session with me, and access to our exclusive Facebook group. Coaching will begin on January 12th. We meet on Zoom on Mondays and on Fridays. Mondays, we meet for the teaching session, and Fridays, we meet for the coaching session and encouragement. So basically, like I said here, 2 weekly live teachings. Mondays, we're doing the teaching and what we're focusing on for the week. Fridays, we get back together, answer more questions. If you didn't get them answered, and at the end of the teaching session, there's a Q&A there. But on Fridays, it's all about you ladies. So we are hearing about your wins. We're talking about your challenges. I am coaching you through what is happening in your And then step-by-step fasting protocols, recipes, guides, food lists that are printable. You can keep them in your meal planning. That's what I like to do. That's what I recommend for my clients. Planning tools, hormone supporting strategies tailored to your season of life. So I dig deep into all of these different, postpartum, perimenopause, postmenopause. I cater to you, even though we're in a group. I'm basically doing what's based on your needs. Accountability and encouragement from a supportive community. Our ladies are very supportive and friendly and fun. Coaching from a certified Christian health and life coach. That's me. And printable trackers, resources, and scripture based support if desired. So, why should you work with me? So, you deserve guidance that's rooted in truth, in balance, and grace, not extremes. I help women understand their bodies, support their metabolism, and create sustainable health habits through personalized coaching, biblical perspective, and consistent support. My clients don't just see results, they get clarity, they get confidence, and freedom. So I invite you to join my 6-week metabolic reset. Its doors are now open. And I'd love for you to schedule a complimentary 10-minute meeting with me, a professional certified coach, $50 value, so I can learn about you and customize the 6-week plan to help transform your life. If you're like, Amanda, I don't need a complimentary session, I'm ready right now, you can go to my website, coachamandawright.com/reset, and you can sign up and get all of those bonuses instantly that we talked about. Okay, so let's open it up for Q&A. Before we wrap up, I just want to open up this time for a few questions. If you're wondering if this would work for me, is this safe in my season? I'm sure you're not alone in wondering that. Those are exactly the right questions to ask. You can ask them here. You can hop on a call with me, whichever way is best for you, but I wanted to give that opportunity to ask it here if you wanted. This is a no pressure space, and there's no such thing as a silly question. And if you're unsure how to ask your question, it's totally fine. If you're comfortable, you could drop your question in the comments below. Go ahead and ask your question, because I bet someone else has the same question and it'll help others more than you realize. So I'll answer all the questions that I can on our live call today. Otherwise, I'll be doing videos answering your questions in the future, or you can hop on a call with me and I'll do my best to answer your question in regards to if the program, fits your needs, if it's right for you. So let's take a few minutes. Let me go ahead and check the comments here and see. Okay, so Lori was asking, why do I have a hard time sleeping when I fast? I hardly ever have trouble sleeping when I am not fasting. So you might be getting too much, cortisol going. And maybe what you could try to do is drink some chamomile tea in the evenings, or ashwagandha is also another good relaxing tea that you can try. Give those a try. Hi, Angie. Yes, you're welcome. Thanks so much for coming. Lori says she's made mayonnaise, barbecue sauce, and salad dressing. Good job. Shanae batch cooks beans. Lori loves Mexican. Yes, those were exciting results. Yes. And I'm excited for you too, Lori. Angie asks, what advice do you give someone that is my age, 58, and works nights? I am in the restaurant industry. I try to eat mainly salads with grilled chicken, but not always. So, what I would recommend is that you would want to fast, with a weekly variation. And I can talk more about that. And I'm not sure if you have any of Dr. Mindy's books, but if you don't, I'm happy to meet with you and talk to you about this. But you'll want to do like either a 30-day fasting rhythm to get going, or you could do like a weekly. But I would recommend trying to eat during the daylight if at all possible, even though you're working nights. Maybe you could use your nights that you're working as your fasting time, or maybe you could try eating like right before you go into work. That way it's still light. Because a lot of times with working the nights, there's the circadian rhythm thing going, and that can be disrupted by working nights. And so this is a great question, Angie. I hope this was helpful, and definitely feel free to reach out to me if I can answer more questions for you along those lines. Um, if I am missing any questions, those are only the couple of questions that I see. I don't see anything else there. Let me double check in the actual event and see if any ladies left their question there. Let me just check that thread real quick. Okay, I don't see any questions in that thread. So I guess that's it for today. Please feel free to reach out to me directly, book that 10-minute complimentary call. I would be happy to help you and decide if this is the right thing for you. Like I said, if it's the right thing for you, you already know it. You can go ahead and visit my website at coachamanda.com/reset. Right at the top, there's actually a place to where you can schedule an appointment with me if you're interested in doing that. Otherwise, there's another button to go ahead and get started. And I look forward to seeing you on the other side. And we'll see you at the next event, and we'll see you back in the group. Have a great day. Bye.